What do you want to talk about?
Whatever we want. I've got topics for days. I'm so Call it Topicana.
Fresh squeezed.
Hey, y'all. My camera was trying to do
Hi.
that sneaky thing again where it was becoming a horror movie mask.
And we're
keep
going to
in
be
the
talking
room.
about it every Topicana until
Yeah, until it stops.
We need to
until
move the
something
mask.
happens. Either Freddy loses his face or we move the mask.
There we go.
Okay, so here are our FaceTime woes that Freddy's camera keeps wanting to go to the mask in the room and not his face.
Yeah.
And Andy, you had this like big thing of hair like sticking straight up just
You
now,
did.
and it was making me.
Yeah, I
laugh.
fixed it,
But
though.
you fixed
Oh,
it.
there it is.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like an AM
you
antenna.
can't leave it up. It would make me.
I saw
Go
it and I was like, what is
crazy.
that?
It's a perfect circle. It is also very, there's something about Mary.
It's very merry.
Yeah. Oh, hand lotion.
I did just jerk off and squirt everywhere before the show, so.
Oh, awesome.
And I thought it was a hair gel for some reason.
Of course you did.
Oh wow.
And then she smears it in her hair, and then you see hilarity ensues. That's art.
Why would that be your first instinct? Just like, oh, hair gel, I'm going to put it in my hair.
I know.
It was a weird
she didn't
thing
even-
because it was in his hair.
I would immediately think booger. That's where I'd start.
It was in his hair, though.
Well, it's hanging off his earlobe.
It makes me gag a
Yeah.
little when you said booger.
Well, I'm sorry.
And also,
Isn't
I
that
feel like
funny?
I used to style my hair a lot when I was younger, and I've never seen milky gel for hair.
Oh, really?
I had,
I
like,
don't believe you.
Remember, like Depp? That was
Depp!
like green and yellow and blue.
Oh my God, Depp.
But I've
Yeah.
never.
Dippity Doo. Do you remember Dippity Doo?
I remember it all.
Dip was Dippity Doo, and Dippity Doo was Dip. They were the same. One and the same.
How
Depp.
much dippity doo could a dip doo do if it could dap doo doo?
Twice as much as you could alone.
Wow.
And that's the truth.
Welcome to Topicana. Freddie over here
Yeah.
has a question for all of us, which
I
includes
do.
myself, Amy, and Andy of the hair.
You guys, everyone has an ego, right? I mean, whether it be small or big, everyone has at least some.
When you say ego, you mean just like you got a little pride
You have a little pride,
in yourself.
and you have an image of yourself.
yeah.
And it's not even necessarily that you're cocky or anything like that, but we're in our middle age. We understand who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, knowing that about yourself, self-portrait, you can commission any artist, living or dead, in any medium, whether it be painting, songwriting, filmmaking, sculpture, whatever art you can come up with.
Body modifications to your testicles.
Yeah. Whatever speaks to you.
And remember, money and ethics are out the window, right?
Yeah. Money and ethics out the window. And an example,
And science.
I'll give you one of mine is, I would love to have one of the great movie poster painters, like the guy who did the Raiders poster, or Jaws, or or Frank Franzetta.
Put you in a
movie. I want a movie poster portrait where it's not just me, but it's all surrounded by all these moments from my life in little vignettes around. Of course, the portrait part of it is me in the center in some way.
It has the cast on the bottom and the producers, like your mom and dad.
Are you
That's
holding a
cute.
sword?
There's no credits though. It's really just the art. It is just the painting. Am I holding a sword? No, I'm not a sword guy. I don't
Are
think.
you holding
Let's be honest.
a
Probably a
You're right.
guitar.
Yeah. Are
Or-
you wielding it?
Or a spatula.
Why not both?
Yeah, probably a
It could-
guitar and a spatula.
It could be a guitar with a spatula neck.
Yeah, a spatula on the end of the guitar. It's a guitar,
Yeah.
probably an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And then a spatula taped to the neck. and I'm swiveling around on a piano bench, and there's an old timey piano behind me.
You're really doing it.
And then the surrounding area is a greasy diner. The setting is around me, and seated at the diner are my mother and my father and all the important people throughout my life. And even the cook, the like greasy spoon cook, is like my vocal coach or whatever. You know, Mr. Thomas is back there making burgers, which is totally against type for him. He's a total gentleman and he's a very classy dude. But here I'd like him like Barf from You Can't Do It on Television just because it's more fun. But that's an example.
What am I doing in your restaurant?
Oh, Amy, you're at the jukebox. You're putting a song on for us to dance to.
Oh, I might dress like a pink lady.
Yeah, you're like a pink lady.
Badass.
Or you're like Mallory from Natural Born Killers.
Oh.
You're just like going, you're just on everything.
Oh, like Gail from Letterkenny.
Like Letterkenny Gale, yeah.
No.
Wasn't there a Mallory in Family Ties?
That's what I thought he was going to say.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
You're going to be like Justine
Bateman?
Bateman. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, weird, but
Seven and
all
a
right.
quarter.
It's like you're gonna she's gonna be like your sister? That's weird.
It's
Ew.
very,
She's
it would have been
definitely
better
my
than
date.
I feel like.
She's my date, or no, you're there to see me play piano, but you're like, you suck, and you're putting coins in the jukebox instead. That's the joke in the picture, right?
Okay.
All right. The thing is,
I don't like this character. This character's mean to you.
I can't win you over at the piano, but I can. You're lying. You're lying. Every time you drop a dime in that jukebox, you're lying about how much you really do love the music I'm playing.
It's because you like him and because you're teasing him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
pulling his
teasing me a little
pigtails.
bit.
Yeah.
And you come in for milkshakes every Saturday. And you're just so angry about something.
That's true.
And it's something every week. Something new.
Hey, wait, that sounds like me. That sounds like
we can
me.
make this into a great comic strip.
Actually, we could. I like that.
Let's do
Probably
it.
angry about all those dimes she's putting in the jukebox for no reason.
Yeah, just back then, in whatever era this imagination world is in,
That was a lot of money.
it's in 1980s, 1950s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The 1950s and the 1980s.
Yeah, it's in the 1950s
remember-
and 1980s, but now.
When I was growing up in the 80s, there was a restaurant that still had the jukebox on the table. I forgot what restaurant
yeah.
it was.
I love those. There's a lot
But
of
it
them
was-
still
yeah.
around to do it.
The place that we go to every so often over in
What's it called? The
Newport,
Peabod-
the Pepper Pod.
Pepper Pod.
where you can still smoke inside. They have the jukeboxes at the tables. None of them work,
They don't work.
but they're all still there.
Like if you hit like R1, a roach crawls out of it.
I love that
Roach
place.
one.
Don't say that. It looks like a place that might happen, but it's
Is that what the R
not.
is stands for? Roach?
Roach. You get a different thing. You don't
It's
don't
like, oh
press
god,
B
Glad it wasn't-
B4.
I'm glad it wasn't rat.
Riddled with bed bugs.
gross.
No, it's actually a great diner.
But I'm so cool, I just hit it and the music plays.
Hey.
So, Freddy,
Yes, ma'am.
you want to be made into the star of your life.
Well, I am
Be a
the star of
poster.
my life, but I want the poster.
You want it to be in a cinematic.
I want the poster
be
to be an
shown.
oil painting of it.
Okay.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
It's like a Howard the Duck kind of level comedy, probably. Let's be real.
I'm kind of like an esoteric Freddy fan, so I'm going to get the European version of this poster.
Oh.
I'm
Gotta
out of
send it-
my shell.
It's a really rare copy. It's a odd dimensions too.
It's lobby cards.
I spent
Yeah.
some time
other scenes.
recently discovering like a retro movie poster guy on eBay via being curious about a movie we were watching that was
Yeah.
terrible but had a really cool
Yeah.
cover, because all the movies I watch are terrible but they look fun. What
You-
was it? And I was like, man,
Yeah.
what if we could get that as a movie poster? And then I get into a wormhole.
Well, we were looking at the Church movie poster at one point.
The Church, that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Which is a great movie
and you can get it.
and a great poster.
Mm-hmm. But just stumbled into this guy's fucking inventory, and it's crazy
Don't you love them?
what this guy has, and he's selling them, man.
Like, what are your feelings about? Do you get like a really? I get excited every time I see a good movie poster.
Oh well, yeah, of course. You'd love to see something
Yeah.
that pleases your eyeballs.
Yeah, but movie posters in particular
interesting.
are really like the art of, especially like photorealistic oil painting and stuff like that. The old way they would do it,
Oh, the old ways.
and then the mats, where they would
One of those.
composite them with these really wild landscapes and stuff, like fantasy movies and everything would have these insanely detailed landscapes. The movie posters were so much better than the movies.
Do yourself a favor if you don't know what I'm talking about and Google the church movie poster. The Argento produced one.
Yeah, it's
So good.
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I should buy it, but then I was like, We've had this Shining poster up for years. Probably
It's a gift,
like a
from Nathan.
decade.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you, Nathan.
But is it time to trade it out for a little bit?
Yeah,
Let
we
it
should.
breathe.
Yeah, we gotta have some variety. Spice it up.
So I got to find something new.
Heart
And
beeps.
there's too much out there. There was a fucking heartbeeps. I'm sure of it.
You can get a heart beeps poster and
too much
put
out
that in
there.
there for a while, and then swap it out with a Pest poster.
I hate you.
I hate the movie The Pest, but the poster probably is fun to have up because then I could be like, you know what? I hate this movie so much. and point at it.
I'm sure the poster is really annoying too for some reason.
Yeah, it wakes you up at night.
What does
Like,
that
I didn't know
mean?
that it's an audio
Rapping.
poster.
It's just rapping, and it's 2 a.m. and I'm Paul Giamatti.
Oh, you do not want this. It is like bright yellow background, which is like what our Shining poster has. That's fine.
Yeah.
My house is mostly yellow anyway.
Oh, is this the Pest movie poster?
Yeah, but then it's like John Leguizamo is, and that's in blue, and then it's the Pest
Hold up.
in red.
Is this him staring
on the yellow
up?
background? Yeah.
It's him staring up into. I remember because the trauma.
That one. The trauma.
Him staring up into an aerial camera. It's like a fly's view.
Yeah, that's very 90s.
Yeah.
If you know,
And
It's
there's
all
a
around
bullet.
that.
There's a bullet flying
down
at
to
him.
down to the font. The font is a very annoying
The font
too.
is upsetting.
Yeah.
What kind of freakazoid would let someone hunt him just to collect $50,000? Next question.
Uh,
Oh boy,
Okay.
remember he counted off farts like he was the count.
that was funny.
I love the opening.
Yeah, there are moments in that movie that are genuinely great, but that could be said of a lot of things. The Challenger mission, the first part of that was pretty great.
Oh my God.
And they made it rain.
Yeah.
My God.
So yeah, Amy, what's yours? Artists.
Not gonna lie, the first thing I thought of was Mount Rushmore.
You're gonna get multiple heads.
I want to be carved into a mountain.
Is it
Side.
space
On Native American land.
No, only
You're
where
awful,
I'm
Amy.
wanted.
You're horrible.
Hey, no ethics
in a gentrified neighborhood?
ethics are of no concern, right? But I was looking up the dude. Oh, did I back out of it?
Oh no!
I was looking up the dude who.
Wait, did you agree to something?
No.
You're like, I need someone to sculpt me out of natural stone.
Here he is. His name.
And dynamite.
Dynamite.
His full name was John Gutzon de la Motha Borglum,
Oh, save some names for the rest of us.
which is a long name. And he was born
Borglum? I'm sorry, what?
Borglum. He was born in St.
Was it-
Charles, Idaho territory.
Weren't they aliens in Star Trek?
Yes, the Borglum. He was buried at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park, which is in Glendale, which is the one we
So
visited.
he's the artist, right?
Yeah, he's the guy who.
Ooh, I wonder
designed
what
it.
his
Who designed
tombstone looks
Rushmore?
like.
What'd you say, Andy?
I wonder what his tombstone looked like if he designed Mount Rushmore. I bet his is.
Did
His memorial
Did he
is
make
super
his own? You
elaborate.
think? You think
I
he
don't
made
know.
his own
I don't know.
memorial?
Oh wait, shit! No, remember, Freddie? We were there, and they had the room, and they were talking about Mount Rushmore in there. Don't you remember? And I was like, "Why is the guy who And they told us, "Fuck, this is coming back to me now." There was like one other person there, and they told us that he was the guy who sculpted it.
The room.
There was like a
You
plate.
said-
It was inside, like a
Oh, when we were in California.
like interior. Yeah, when we were at the
Oh,
cemetery,
yeah,
so we
yeah,
did see his
Yeah.
grave and his son.
Yeah.
I think are both there.
Damn,
You-
I felt like you skipped a step somewhere in there.
Sorry.
That I was totally disoriented. I don't think that was all me.
When Freddie and I were there. Now I'm remembering it because this is a long time
Forest
ago.
Lawn or one of them.
This,
Is it
Amy,
even called
Freddie,
Forest Lawn?
this is when you tell Amy, like, there was nobody else there, Amy.
Yeah, Amy,
What?
you're haunted.
It was that same building where Elizabeth Taylor was.
Yeah.
You like turn the corner and there's the guy who
Yeah, who's
carved or designed and
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Blew it up.
Put my face on a cliffside.
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, put her on the dangerous area so nobody wants to go anywhere near her face. I'll scare people off.
Oh.
Ah.
I hope a tree grows out your nose.
Hey, that's fine. Fine with that.
Looks like
That's funny.
Looks like you have a booger.
I hope there's like a waterfall that starts in one of your nostrils so that it just kind of dribbles out and it has algae and stuff in it. It looks like snot.
I hope it's like a bird nesting ground, so there's crap everywhere.
I wouldn't pile on, Amy, because I love you, but this is actually pretty funny.
This is some A
It's not
plus
about
bullying.
you.
I like this.
It's not about you. It's just
I
about
know.
the idea.
It's important.
I would love to see your face on a big
tell you I know?
cliffside.
Yeah, like sure, it's a cliffside where a lot of people commit suicide. You know, it's fine. Just put my face there.
Booger Hill.
Put me at Booger Hill.
You gotta
here's the
climb up
thing.
Booger Hill.
They didn't know they wanted to commit suicide until they looked at it and something.
Then they're like, yeah, it's time. They had to put
something.
nets up.
Some force was drawing them to jump off your face.
Oh no, you know what? There's a thing called Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach. I don't know if it's still there. It was there when I
Oh.
lived there in
Can
the
you
90s.
carve out of trash?
It was a landfill that they had
Dude,
put sod on.
I want to change mine to being carved out of trash for my next one.
But I
That
want
sounds
to,
awesome.
put my carving on Mount Trashmore. Because I'm trash.
It's more American than
Okay,
being carved
so-
in stone.
Amy, is there like a certain part of the country that you want this Amy facade to be
Oh, you
blown
know-
up in?
Florida.
I would like it to be put
There's
somewhere
no mountains in Florida,
in
are
the
there?
Hocking Hills. It's a very peaceful, nice place.
I love that, Amy.
Put my face somewhere and like
Oh,
tourists are just hiking
In
along
all
and then all of a sudden there's my fucking face.
in all seriousness, I could see a beautiful sculpture in my imagination of you
Aw.
under that overhang at Cedar Falls. Just like a, you know what I'm talking about. You know, that little tiny waterfall where it has the light, pin light comes down
I think
through
you're
the
talking
forest.
about Ash Cave.
Oh, is there a waterfall at Ash Cave?
There's a
too?
little one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, under there.
Okay. I'm into it.
Just like into the wall.
Yeah.
What's that called? A bas relief? When they carve into the wall? I don't know.
Do you
don't
know, Andy?
sculpture. I don't know sculpting.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know mountains.
Yeah.
I don't know rocks.
I think it would be nice to be sculpted. Because then I was thinking, okay, well, I would want a physical representation of myself. I don't know why.
Full body?
I don't care. Bust. That's fine.
Yeah.
Although I think that's weird.
I could do a bust of you.
You talking about your tits?
Yeah.
That bust?
Yeah, bust. But then I was thinking, is it an art style? Am I truly answering the flavor of your question when I say I want to be like a figurehead on a boat, sailboat,
That is
like a
awesome.
mermaid?
Yes, that's a great answer.
But me in my sweatpants
Yeah.
with a look of probably just disgust with the world. You know,
Who's the artist?
sailing along.
Is there a style you can think of that you like?
Um,
You can say Matt Groening if that's what you mean.
You gotta be yellow though.
no, I mean, I think I want it to be the very traditional way it was done when they were doing that.
Yeah, just a wood carving.
Yeah, but painted
That'd be badass.
like a fucking mermaid or shit.
Oh my god.
Like a topless mermaid with like a sword in her mouth.
I could draw you as a masthead. I should.
You should.
And then I could do a centaur and just use the same template for
Yes.
a bunch of different things. Just be like, all right, what do you guys want to make Amy this week? An octopus. You got it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, be fun.
Only because I just kind of went through each category. You're going to get my musings on each. When I was musing this. Elton John, I would want to write a song about me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. I think he's good at it. Him and what's his name?
Bernie
Taupin.
Taupin.
I want them to do it.
Yeah. You think that's something now that they're retired, that he's probably on Cameo? Or you could be like, Elton John, can you just write a song for me, like real quick? Can you get Bernie Taupin on here? And you guys could write a song for me, like real quick.
Real quick.
That'd be cool.
He'll probably just rearrange to the words to "Candle in the Wind" again.
Yeah, that's what he would do.
And that's fine. Whatever. As long as it's still a hit. And it charts.
Seems to me you paid my fee for a cameo on your phone.
Dumb. That's so dumb, Freddy.
Goodbye, England's Rose.
Well, it's like "Goodbye, Amy Rose" because that's your
Goodbye,
real
Amy
name.
Rose.
Goodbye. Art. What is art when you think about it?
You could have Billy Joel write "We Didn't Start the Fire" and just change all the lyrics to moments from your life, like when you were potty trained and stuff. Little Amy potty train, dropping turds in the bowl. We didn't start the fire. The chorus stays the same, but the verses are all,
The fire that is Amy,
yeah,
Fire.
fire. Fire.
just burning.
And burning through her life.
Fashion is art.
It's like,
Yeah.
y'all smell that? That's Amy. She's burning.
I would like the makers of the world's finest sweatpants and comfy clothes to make a whole line that's inspired by me. It's going to be a lot of like just loose fitting soft pants.
But cool looking.
But cool, right? Like you don't look like you're a lady that's given up.
You look cool. Your style, actually, you do have like what do they call that? A shabby chic?
It is very shabby chic.
It is very shabby,
shabby.
chic.
Did my husband just call me shabby?
It's shabby in capital letters, but chic and like tiny
The
little
word
ones.
is low maintenance.
That's
2 words. I have a low maintenance look.
What-
I do not turn lukes.
How do you feel about smart garments?
What is that?
AI.
Is what, like AI clothes?
AI
How's
clothes.
AI going to make clothes?
I don't know. But how do you feel about them?
I don't feel good about it.
It sounds like something that's coming.
No,
Smart
I saw
garments.
something that they're working on. Like, it's this specialized ink, like pockets that you just like put in your computer what you want them to show up on your shirt,
Oh my lord.
and it just makes it the
That's
design.
neat.
I mean, it's very
You're like a
rudimentary.
digital
It's-
walking
and
digital
right now,
billboard.
It's like black and white, but they're working on like color and stuff.
I love that. That's so cool. Futurology kind of stuff. Yay. But I am in such a dark depression right now where I'm like, is that really what we need to be spending our time on?
I understand.
There are
But think
people
about-
starving.
Think
out
about
there.
the emotional charge you'll get the first time you
know.
see
I'm a mess
someone
right now.
walk by with like in their their t-shirt changes from like a Rubik's Cube design to a Pepsi logo.
Oh, wow.
And they're like,
Without your consent.
Because of the
Yeah.
advertising?
you're like, no, you've got the 80s package running on your t-shirt.
Oh, you have to subscribe.
Yeah, you can get little.
You
you
have
could
to
download
subscribe to your shirt. Otherwise, you
my
can't
shirt
wear it.
subscription. Yeah, I paid. You
That's
get
the fucking world, man.
shirt box. But it's all
What are you gonna
digital.
do? Go back to cotton? Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You losers.
You're going to have to subscribe to your underwear, pants, shoes. Everything
Yeah.
will be a subscription service.
I don't want anything that I subscribe to, anything anywhere near my genitals.
Print underwear is dead.
Print underwear is dead. It's all about.
It's all about digital underwear now.
We're pivoting to video underwear now.
Wherever we can get ad dollars.
I don't know what we're even talking about anymore, but it's fun.
Smart clothes. Smart garments.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a term.
I don't. It might be.
Smartments?
It probably is.
I mean, there is the Internet of Things, right? Like,
yeah. What about
you're-
fart garments that are also smart? You know?
What are other forms of art you would like to throw at me right now? Just off the top of your head, a form of art.
And then you'll tell me who the artist you want to do. You already did sculpture. How about painter?
I don't
One of those pandas
really know a lot.
at the zoo.
Yes, I want that dog. I saw a border collie painting once.
You want a border collie to paint you.
Coco.
That's good.
I want Coco to do it.
Okay, so you got painter.
Coco the gorilla. Okay.
All right, you already said songwriter.
What about that lady that paints with her period blood?
Look at you.
Oh, poet.
And I saw some guy. He paints by it's so gross. Putting different colored paints up his ass and squirting it out.
Oh my god.
Does it affect the original tint of the like I want to know like what the change in the color is when it goes in versus coming out.
It's like so many shades of brown.
What kind of paint is he putting in his asshole?
I don't know.
that can't
it
be
might have
good
been
for you.
AI, but it looked real.
It might have been AI.
Hey, some guy or AI, you make the
God.
call.
Are we truly entering that age that Mr. Harrigan feared
Oh
most?
yeah, Mr. Harrigan, old Donald Sutherland. And the thing I fear most from this device is that one day a man will sit on a mason jar and break it with his anus, and then he's going to bleed badly, and then people will shout around and laugh, but some of them will gag. He nailed it though, because that happened.
Well, that's great, babe.
You remember that guy?
What guy?
The guy who sat on the mason jar. He
Yes, but
opened his
like I
butt
don't
a
want to
hole
keep
big enough for a
maybe I was
mason
taking
jar.
a break from knowing that.
Yeah, well,
And you brought it back.
welcome back.
So what do you want him
Welcome
to do
back,
with your?
squatter.
What do you want Mason Jar guy
do
to
Doing
for
my
you?
likeness?
Yeah.
Nothing. I want him to go see a psychiatrist.
Spray hot blood out of his asshole.
What rendering do you want Mason Jar guy to
Pain
do
is
with
fine.
you?
Oh, that's fine. A little bit of blood. Whatever. I'm not going to yuck it.
No,
but
it's-
like
it's-
that, go see a psychiatrist.
I don't know why. I feel like I have to make every one of Amy's like some sort of like Gigi Allen
Yeah.
nightmare gross thing.
Sure.
Why
No,
is
it's
that?
like performance art is considered art.
I think you're mad at
So-
me, and I don't know why.
I'm not. I
So
think it's funny.
Yes, Andy.
You can have like a performance artist make a piece about you, like a live performance,
I would have Eric Andre do it. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
like a stand up. You can do a stand up bit about
I
you.
see you
No, Eric Andre is an insane person.
the way you see you sometimes. I think.
Oh.
So when I make these suggestions, they're what I think you're trying to say sometimes.
That I think I'm so like, I'm chaos and trash.
Yeah, you say that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's dig deeper.
Okay.
Want to find another
How does
artist?
that make you feel? How does that?
A pickup artist.
I want Gene Roddenberry to create a captain in my
Oh, shit.
image.
There you go. That's
You
a
know
good
what I'm
one,
saying?
too.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. That's the best one, maybe, yet.
I know. I'm so good.
Andy.
Have we redefine what best means now?
Yes.
Best for you guys, because I don't understand Star Trek.
You just don't get it, man.
And Roddenberries aren't even in season right now.
Oh, shit.
They're
Well-
more of a fall fruit.
You said Roddenberries aren't in season right
Oh,
now.
Roddenberry's got him old.
That's a good friend. Andy's sick of the fucking Star Trek. He understands none of it, and we keep ruining his life with it. But he will make a joke with you about
Yeah.
it.
He'll hold your hand during Roddenberry season.
Yep. He will go picking with you.
Roddenberry picking never once.
He'll put
complained.
Roddenberries in his cakes that he makes you.
They never complained once about the weight of that little basket of Roddenberries. And then the truck came out of nowhere.
Oh, God.
It was the last Roddenberry pie we were having that season, I'll tell you what.
Oh, these Roddenberries are rotten. They're rotten berries.
You got rotten Roddenberries?
It's a bum crop this year. It's a blight on the Roddenberries.
So sad.
A blight. A berry blight.
And the Roddenberry farm had to close down, and the town had to move on.
They did. They had to move into
Tragic.
space. The final frontier.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I had a couple like Amy.
Yeah.
First thing you think of, like artist rendering, I was thinking of. I want to have a Pixar artist do it. That
Oh,
seems
yeah.
yes.
Good choice.
I don't know if I want a whole movie. Maybe a short
Oh yeah. Very cool. Very
before
cool.
the main feature.
I'm into that.
You're not going
That
to
could
turn into food or anything,
Yeah,
are you?
that could possibly be spun off into a full feature. We'll see how the test with the audiences first. And
Better
then
not
I
turn
was,
into food.
and along the lines of animation, I was thinking of a Harryhausen stop motion animation of me.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh,
Are you still
I like
saying in the
your-
pit with the Pixar style art, but
No,
the
no, no,
Harryhausen?
this
Oh,
is
okay.
different
We're moving on to
Pixar.
another
Just
thing.
completely, just going complete hard Harryhausen. I gotcha.
Yeah, I want to fight some like skeletons and dinosaurs and stuff.
I love that. I want to do too.
That'd be cool. Oh, that'd be really cool.
And
You guys don't you want to just go to the art supply store now and make all these things?
Go get some Play-Doh.
it's a
Is that
lot
what
of
they call
time
it?
though.
It is a
How
lot
many?
of time.
Like you need so many frames.
I have no.
Yeah.
all these
Or you could just make one
moving
model
parts.
for your own edification, take a photograph of it, and then eat it. You can
I
eat
don't
clay.
No.
I don't want to. I don't. Why do I want to eat my model?
I don't know. Kids do it all the time.
I might have eaten Play-Doh once. Realized that's not for me.
Yeah.
It smells good though. They should make it smell so nice.
Oh God.
I think My
It's-
Strange Addiction, they did one person had clay. Was
Yeah.
under addiction.
They should make Play-Doh smell like doo doo, so you'd be less likely to eat it.
It doesn't smell good.
I'm
I
not.
think it smells good.
It's fine, but it doesn't smell like food.
Yeah. There's something
smells
about
like
it.
clay.
I associate it with like childhood trauma or some shit.
Wow. We need to unpack
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. The neighbor kids, they had a pretty bad situation, but they had lots of Play-Doh on hand. So I'd smell Play-Doh, and the smell of it, I can hear a kid being smacked sometimes.
With Play-Doh.
Yeah, with a bare
Jesus.
hand.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I didn't mean to bring it down, Andy. I still want to hear the rest of this Harryhausen
Okay,
shit,
so
man.
moving on from Harryhausen, I want to also do a Rankin and Bass Christmas style.
Oh shit.
One of those specials. And
Okay.
it will teach people a lesson about Christmas or some holiday or just life in general.
There you go.
I think all of us would be easily translated into Rankin Bass style animation. The three
Yeah.
of us.
I'm
And
already
we are
super
pretty-
round.
Do it.
Yeah, we are pretty like ovular people.
Yeah, I feel like, and also just in general, like our little characteristics. Like Amy has
we don't
dimples.
have like sharp features.
No, so that's gonna be an idea. I gotta put a pin in that. Hard, deep in my brain.
Ooh.
Could be some art coming.
Wow.
And I know this is gonna kill Amy, but if we're doing a movie, I want Wes Anderson to direct a whimsical,
Oh,
a really precious movie
what's the title and how long is the title, Andy? It's got to be like
with a tinkly soundtrack
Yes.
with deep cuts from the 60s and 70s.
the very
Is it like the
irregular
story of your
world
life?
of
Who you
Mr.
are?
Andy Hung of Cincinnati, Ohio, Esquire, and the Rats.
So how well do you think Owen Wilson would do at playing Freddy?
Wow.
Wow, he played.
your movie?
He'd have to play Ken. Ken does that.
You would
Well,
be
I
played
think-
by Jason
Schwartzman.
Schwartzman.
You want to be Tilda Swinton or do you want to be Frances McDormand
Oh, actually,
or Scarlett Johansson?
Frances McDormand.
I feel like I'm a Gene Hackman type, maybe.
We better get to it because he's like 100, isn't he?
Yeah,
Good for him for hanging on.
Good for him.
I think that's the only reason I relate to him. He's falling apart.
What is this a story of your entire life, or what portion of your
No,
life?
it could be. It's up to Mr. Anderson. I'm not a
Okay.
director or a screenwriter, so they know better than me. That's why I'm putting my faith in the artists,
Right. Gotcha.
because I don't know how to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on from movies, I want
Moving on.
I almost want to stay in this Wes Anderson version of your life for a while, Andy.
What do
I
you
was
wanna
just
call it,
like
Freddy?
thinking the version of his life.
What's the movie called?
Oh, the movie's just called Andiopia.
No, it's like the amazing Tales of Mr. Hung.
Mr. Hung.
It's going to be a really precious title.
Oh, it'll be so goddamn adorable.
Mr. Hung and the Magical Food Festival.
There you go.
It's going to be interesting to see his casting choices because his movies tend to be very, very white.
Yeah, we already whitewashed you.
Yeah, it's like, well, you got to go with his mainstays, right?
Yeah. No. Can Tilda Swinton play Asian?
Well, she did that in the Doctor Strange movie.
That's right, she did.
Oh my gosh.
I knew there was a reason I had to ask that question. The answer is no. She cannot.
Well, since we're talking about Tilda Swinton in comics, I want a Marvel comic book of me too. That'd be neat.
Oh.
See, here's the thing. I know there are comic artists out there I would want to do, but I don't know anybody, and I don't even know a style, and I don't know a thing. But Andy knows.
I know. It's like I don't know the artists like our friends.
But you want a Marvel style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could possibly turn into a series and or movie.
Like Jack Kirby.
With variants.
Maybe. Yeah.
Special editions.
I could be part of the MCU and the Disney universe.
Have you guys seen the really bad Wolverine cover that was going around? Where it's just stupid looking. It's real dumb.
That's so helpful.
I know. You'll know it when you
Freddy.
see it. You'll know it when you see it. It's that bad. It's like a pudgy, like weird angle. Like it makes him look like he's like a thumb. And it's just terrible. It just is amazing that they ever made it. I think Frank Miller might have even done it.
Is it a recent one?
Yeah, it was recent. It was in the past year or two. I just remember just getting a text from my comic book friends, and it was just that cover. And immediately you're like, what the fuck is this? This looks like some child maybe
Was
made
it this thing?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, it was Frank Miller.
Yeah, Frank Miller did it.
It does look kind of.
It doesn't
bad.
look like what you're accustomed to seeing on the comic book shelf. You know what I mean?
Wow, guys.
I mean, art is art, though.
That looks like. Yeah, sure. But this, like, you wouldn't expect that from him.
Yeah.
And it looks like
Just imagine if you
a
got
high school kid was trying his hand at.
Yeah, you see that, Andy? That's Wolverine.
That's kind of adorable how bad it is.
Yeah, it is kind of adorable. It's also, though, the thing is it that bad or is it just different?
To me, it's bad.
There's
Because
another Frank Miller cover.
Yeah.
in my opinion, you should be able to recognize a character.
Yeah.
And when you look at that one that Amy showed us, isn't not recognizable.
Right, yeah, agreed. Well, the other cover he did actually was not bad, that purple one.
Yeah, that's the one. The second one Amy showed up. That's a very classic.
Do you
classic
enjoying
cover.
this part, listener? The part where we're looking at stuff?
Yeah.
Listen, what I Googled was bad Wolverine comic cover. And it popped right up.
That's it, yeah. You'll find it.
You'll know if you don't already know.
I bet some nerds have a tattoo of that already.
Yeah, they'll call it like the Frank Miller version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, they won't release the whole comic he did. You know why.
Get all the variants too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's moving on from the Marvel comics.
Okay.
And I said possible TV and or movie spinoff from the comic. Let's move to music. I want Bruce Springsteen and Tina Turner. We're going to resurrect her from the dead.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh!
Yeah. That's so weird that she's
You
dead.
want him to do
Okay.
like a duet?
Yeah, I want to make a duet for me.
Does this bring
That's it.
Harryhausen back into it for her
No,
skeleton?
I've resurrected a lot of people at this point.
I mean,
Again.
you could have Harryhausen reconstruct. You could have a Tina Turner skeleton. How badass would that be? Like, it's still got the big hair and the costume, like kind of how they did in Touch of Grey, that old Grateful Dead video.
Ooh, speaking of Tina Turner and renderings, how about who are the people that did that Genesis video from the 80s, Land of Illusion?
Oh, the puppet people.
Oh,
puppet
yeah,
people.
spit and image.
Spit and image, yeah.
I want one of those too.
Oh, that's a good
Dude,
idea.
I want to spit and image. Would it scare you though? Because it is definitely going to be the most monstrous take on your
Yes,
appearance.
that's
you'll
why
ever
I
see.
want it, because
Yeah.
It will exaggerate all the bad stuff, like a caricature.
Yeah.
All the bad stuff.
Well, it's not all bad stuff either. Just anything exaggerated to that point is going to look
Yeah.
monstrous. But It's got to fuck with your head.
Yeah.
You know, Phil Collins probably looked into that thing's eyes.
Oh, it was horrifying.
and saw like infinity.
Like we just rewatched that recently. And
At the meetup.
At the meetup, our patron meetup. And the Phil Collins puppet in particular is just atrocious.
Okay, how was it that video received back then?
And we're talking about Land
Did
of
they know that it
Confusion.
was Land of Confusion? Like, did people know that it was scary, or were they like, ha, look at them being funny?
No, I think
It was a show on at the time, right? Or
the-
weren't
the
they
show-
part of
the show was on.
culture at the time?
It was an English show, and then they brought it over here.
I remember
It was
seeing
like a primetime comedy thing.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the video when I was a kid and just thinking it was the coolest guy.
Yeah, it's like maybe I'm still looking at it from a child's eyes because that's when we saw it.
Yeah.
But it's still leaving a lasting impression on me, even though I'm an adult now.
They're creepy.
They're still scary to me.
Yeah. You know that whole like Five Nights at Freddy's stuff? Imagine how much scarier that shit would be if it was the spit and image puppets. The Reagans were coming after you.
Ooh, that's another one. We can be animatronic. I want to be animatronic.
Oh, damn.
Angie.
I want to be an animatronic robot at Disney World.
At Disney,
On
yeah. Okay. So
on my own ride.
are you a realistic animatronic like this Hall of Presidents, or an animatronic like a dwarf?
I want them to make a dark ride of my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to be a bird. Me as a bird.
You
in
know
the
what,
enchanted
though?
tiki room.
I would still have to have that moment from Winnie the Pooh where you're just bouncing in the
You're
water.
bouncing.
Or bouncing with Tigger. Just the wave, the feeling of being on water. And then remember when Pooh left his body?
He floats away to
I want
the
that
dream world.
in your dark ride too. You got to float out of your body at some point, Andy.
No, I was like, it can be both. It can be a combination vehicle ride that goes in the water too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's land and sea.
And there's going to be smells involved.
But of course.
Trust and believe.
Oh my.
So
You
then
squirt water at us too.
it's kind of like Figment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells, water.
Are you going to turn into like a Figment type of character? You're going to like a purple dragon body and you're going to shoot farts in our faces? And then you're
That's
going
gonna
to
be
play
the-
loud music in our ears?
That's probably going to be the whole ride, most of the ride.
That would be the most kind of awesome thing ever, to be turned into some sort of gremlin-esque character.
Ooh, a gremlin.
You know, I would
Ooh,
love
that's
to be a
another one.
gremlin.
Let's be gremlins.
Dude,
Gremlins together.
can we be gremlins, please?
Or we can, and also we can. I want to be a ghost in Ghostbusters. I want them to zap me with their
Do you want the
proton
real
packs.
Ghostbusters cartoon style or movie style?
Both. Why not?
Yeah.
Why
there's
limit
no
yourself?
limits. No limits.
Okay, I don't
envy.
think I've rambled on and left, but I also want to be painted by that lady, that the artist that painted the lady in Australia.
Oh, that
Recently.
thing that's going around.
What's her name? She's like the billionaire
remember.
from
She's a butthead.
Australia.
She's an
Yeah.
Like,
asshole.
Yeah, I'm sure she's an asshole. And that's probably why they painted her like that.
Yeah.
But it was just so.
So funny.
It was just so funny.
She looked like she came out of Toad Hall.
It looked like Chris. It looked like Chris Farley in drag.
Yeah, that too.
Oh
For
my
sure.
God.
Did you saw it, right, Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It
It ain't
reminded me
great.
of when that lady tried to clean the Jesus painting.
Yeah.
I want her to paint me too.
Yeah, her too. She would just come in and she would take somebody else's work and fuck it up for you.
You know how sometimes at Disney they're like they would make the little like water the janitors or whatever would
Oh, I
paint out
love
Mickey
that.
on the asphalt. I want them to paint my face all day one day.
I'll paint your face all day, baby.
Oh,
Babe, you're so generous. You disgusting boy.
You want to be a mop water painting?
A janitor is what she said.
I want the janitors to paint my face with their dirty mop water all day.
What if there's
Thank
a
you.
great undiscovered artist working as a Disney janitor, and like
Probably is.
they just never get their break though? They just have to make wet
Do you think
drawings.
there'll
all
ever
day
be
that
a
disappear.
DNA test for talents?
Oh, that's when you're talking about mutants.
Yeah, that's a little scary, Amy.
No, I mean not like. I mean, will you ever be able to? Because like, what if? How do you ever know you
Yeah.
could do a thing unless you do it?
Oh, and then you get that test back, and they're like, "Mr. and Mrs. Morris, your child won't be able to tell a joke."
Ooh.
And then you're like, "Well, aborted."
See you later, kid.
Yeah, then you know.
Hold
ahead
the
of
door.
time.
Yeah, you have to go through every sperm.
Your child will be boring. He's
I
tested
guess-
positive for being boring.
You ever just want to know what you didn't tap into that what could have been there?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, well, if you have a talent, like something you were just meant to do, you'll just find a way to it or whatever. Like you'll just
No.
start singing because
that's
you were
not
meant
true.
to sing or whatever. But like your environment dictates a lot of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I never like really was as a kid, like I didn't do a lot of the things that other kids did.
You're
So I
not
wouldn't have
like-
known to have, you know,
To
I
gravitate
don't
toward
know
that
what I'm
stuff.
Yeah.
saying right now.
Yeah, you were reading.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, do you feel like you're like, oh, if I had been not reading and trying other things, I'd have some weird hobby that I don't have now.
No, it's just like, maybe I could have been the world's greatest at something
Oh.
and I'll never know.
You sure are good at loving me, baby.
Oh, baby.
She was made for loving you.
Yeah.
That's why I was put on this
Well,
earth
that'd be funny.
to take care of my man.
That's
Okay, I can go on and on, but
Yeah.
there's so many types of art.
Fashion, Andy.
yeah.
Fashion. Let's see.
You don't want your face
Something-
airbrushed on a t-shirt. That's bad. That means you're dead.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Remember this? I want to be a memorial T-shirt with the fringe and the beads.
There you go.
yeah.
You like the at amusement parks, the real trashy ones?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that shit though.
A small part of me thought, I want John Wayne Gacy to paint me
You'll just look like all the other clowns he paints.
just to see.
It turns out he can't paint women.
But okay, in terms of clothes, I want Versace to make an outfit. For
Oh,
me.
yes.
But it has to,
Versace,
it
head
has
to
to
toe.
say Versace on
Yeah.
the label.
And they have to let you call it that.
I want
Yeah.
Leroy to sculpt a statue out of jean material of me.
Ooh, them Wranglers looking good on you.
Everything
Jordache jeans.
painted on.
The artists at Taco Bell who create such delicious tacos and burritos and chili cheese burritos and God, I'm hungry. I think I'm hungry right now.
Oh yeah.
I want them to make a burrito that tastes like me.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like my final one is gonna be a chef to make a meal that's inspired my. It's gonna be. I want to be Jose Andres.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
The
world's
Saint
kindest
chef.
man.
Yes.
I get
And
it.
we enjoyed it at one of his restaurants in Chicago.
Yeah, we did.
It'll
I
be a
want
long time before we can go back.
But yeah, does anybody else have any last things they can think of? Ooh, an action figure. I want to be a toy.
You know, Cretin has one.
You can get one made of.
Yeah. His looks like him.
Yeah.
It really
Does
looks
it?
like him. Yeah.
Got the beard and everything.
Has
and
the beard and everything.
the booming voice.
It doesn't talk, but I bet if it did, it would have one.
I want a string. I want a pull string, Andy.
Oh,
that
like the
has
Pee Wee
phrases,
Herman one.
yeah.
That was the best of all the pull string ones. Was the Pee Wee Herman doll?
I just want to be a toy that can choke kids.
I'm
That
into
can
it.
choke kids.
I want to be a bag of glass.
That has choking hazards.
You want to be small enough to be choked on,
Yeah.
or do you want to be?
Oh, that's
like,
part of the
tangled up?
accessories that get shot out from
Yeah.
various orifices.
Do you guys remember
This is turning into
when
reincarnation.
for a little while, like there were musicians getting their own combo meal at McDonald's?
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
I want one of those.
What would yours be? That feels like a whole separate topic.
It'd just be a
Oh.
McNugget. Just be a McNugget meal one.
It would just be McNuggets with buffalo sauce, a Diet Coke, and fries.
Yeah,
But it's the Amy.
yeah, yeah. I think mine would just be cheeseburgers.
I think I'm starving to death.
Yeah, probably.
Andy, I'm wasting away to nothing.
Sorry.
Oh,
No,
God.
I got a lot more.
I got.
Sorry, I wanted to show all this long, but
I'm
like,
so
Oh, no,
happy
no,
that
we
this
had the
topic
best
was
time.
good.
anybody else have some last minute ones they want to?
I keep coming up with shit,
Shout
but
out.
I want to eat
Yeah.
too. The meal one, Andy, I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that's
That's not.
good.
That's a good idea.
It's a fine.
You guys
thing.
we're gonna be everywhere, guys. Memorial products, as far as the eye can see.
I bet we will.
Gonna love it. All right. Oh, hold on. I gotta get ready to hit the button to play the thing.
What do you want to talk about?
That wasn't supposed to start so loud like that. I was supposed to have pulled down the thing, but I forgot.
It sounded flawless until you came back in and was
hate you
like,
so much.
I didn't mean to do it. But then you're like, still, it's kind of cool that you did.
All right. Thank you so much
Oh
for
yeah,
listening.
real quick.
Oh yes.
Our friend Harry that makes those
the dildos.
dildos.
Oh yeah, I want to be a dildo.
We could all be dildos.
Or
Oh, yeah. I
just
thought
a
you were,
life-size replica of you know.
it took
you
me
know
a
what?
minute to realize you're running out of music.
I want to be a breastplate for drag queens to use, like you buy the Amy. All right, I don't know what we're doing anymore. We done here?
All right, bye.
All right, bye.